Hello and welcome back. Today, I'm going over my roadmap, and this is what is required for uh, version 0.6 to be completed. So, we already have multiple weapon types uh, right here, spear and a sword. I'm sorry, I forgot to put them here. Supposed to be here already. Weapons feel different, reach and timing. We did that in the last video or the video before that. Right now, our weapons have base attack intervals, knockback, strength, damage amount, um, and even reach actually, because spear is longer and this one has a bigger collision area because it's a blade. So that counts as reach. Basic resistance, mass, and weight concept. We will get there. Simple physics influence. I scrapped this idea, not scrapped actually. I postponed this idea in one of the previous episodes because it proved inefficient to implement right now. And yes, we have spear, we have tip damage. I wanted it to be able to show with its shaft as well. And I also postponed this. So this and this is postponed. But that leaves us with very little to justify version 0.6. So we are going to focus on basic resistance, mass, and weight concepts. Technically, we did add mass weight as well. I also postponed resistance because that's kind of an armor thing. Later, I will implement armors. Uh, this resistance will work with them. So, before we move on from this, I want to test if mass and weight, or mass, or sorry, weight and friction works as we intended. So, to test this, I spawned three old reactors here. I spawned a player actor. These are all AI, but they will not chase me because I put the team ID 0. So they are my teammates. But since we don't have anything for friendly fire and since they did see no enemies, they will only move when I get too close to them. This is separation doing its thing. We will try to hit them without getting too close. So I have to not mess this up. I'm going to hit them and measure how far they fly. By design, square guys should fly back less. I mean the least. Circle guy should fly farther, and triangle guy should fly the farthest. And that seems like the case. But flying from here to here seems a bit too much. So I'm going to ask you to excuse me for a second while I'll um, fine tune these numbers and I'll be back. Okay, I added, sorry, let me show you that first. I added, as you can see, circles. My character has the default setting. I added 1,000 to each one of the knockback decays, and it seems a little bit, at least it feels a little bit better. That's at least realistic enough for this game. We can fine tune that later, but now we know knockback decay works. The higher your number, the less you fly away. Okay. Um, Now mass and weight. We still don't have that, but again, we parked it intentionally. Intentionally. So I'm sorry. I said this one is gone. This one is postponed. But simple physics influence. Yes, partially there we are not back. Charge and momentum explicitly postponed because it seemed too complex. Now we are going to move away from that. Um, okay, I did this knockback test scene already. We don't need to add anything like that. So, as you can see, I just made a bare bones arena for this test as well. If you give me one more second, I'm going to make the same arena. The usual arena I made before basic arena. Okay, give me a second. Well, when I wrote this to ChatGPT, I realized I meant to go back a couple versions to implement stamina and HP bars. Right now, we can see when we attack and deal damage inside the console, but this doesn't show up. This isn't going to show up in the final version of the game. This is for developers only. So we have to have a way that players can determine how much HP they have. Because this is all players see. Also, we have to fix this as well. I know it's been a lot of fixing lately. I promise it will end. Okay, now, um, yes, I said we'll get to those. Now HP bar. Let's see. Mega health bar scene. New scene. Sorry about that. Um, this. No 2D. Health bar. Let's keep the naming consistent. Um, Color rect. Mm, 4 pixels is good enough, I guess. And our actors are 64. Yeah, 64. I get too close to things sometimes and forget to read the numbers from up here. So let's see. Yes, this is an actor. So okay. Um, we don't have to have it exactly 64 pixels long. Right here seems okay. Oh, what is that? 56. 56 pixels long is good. And it's a correct fill. Hmm. Okay, let's see. This fill is going to go red. This one, this one is going to be grayish, like dark grayish. Oops, I messed it up. Okay, this is not grayish. This looks better. And fill it up. Okay, now add this or maybe inside effects. Save. Now it says make a stamina bar with this as well. Let's try that. Like, oh, I want it to be blue. It's really this kind of. Okay, and I want to make this one slightly smaller. Okay. We name it stamina bar and save scene as stamina bar. Okay. Yes. Well, it doesn't matter because we have that saved, right? Where's help bar, stamina bar. Yes, exactly like this. Okay. Now I might have done this little wrong. Circle actor. We will health bar and we will position this how the actor, but we're going to have to center this. Let me see. Yes. One more, and we are going to stamina bar, but I want a single. No, single pixel empty between them. Okay. I'm not sure if they will like deplete because I'm pretty sure I made this one wrong. So circle actors have stamina bars and health bars now. And this guy is rotate 180 degrees. I want to see this. Yes, health bar spins with the actor. We need a better, smarter way to do this. Okay. Canvas layer style, world UI. This one, child is easiest, yes, but like this. Okay. Give me give me a second. Okay. Hmm, yes. HP bar top level. Um does this understand that it's a child of the actor? Let's try this. On ready. Right. Okay. Function ready. Health bar top level equals true. Identifier health bar not declared. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. I was expecting this error, but um, didn't I just call this health bar? Let's see. Circle active. Children. Yes, health bar stamina. Um, okay, let's see. Maybe there is a way to make it top level. Uh, okay. Okay. Let's save this. Wait again. Oh, level broke it even more. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to skip these for now. At least we have parts. At least we have the bars made. I'm going to think about an intuitive way of doing this because I don't feel like having your HP and stamina bar top of your character for every character is the smart way of doing this. Um, how I am trying to think of a way of how to explain things without sounding too weird. That's why the silence. That's why there was an awkward silence there just a moment ago. So what I want for this game is that for anyone to play together actually. So I want this to be simple, but I want I need it to be also fair. Showing your HP and stamina to others is not fair. Some people can use that information better than others. Well, that's their talent, but I don't want that actually. That's why I'm thinking of putting a little Y on the corner, maybe. Mm, I don't know. So, excuse me for cutting this in the middle of progress here. Let me think about this a little bit more and come back with a solid idea for this. And probably in the next video, we will not work on this and we will jump into these. Um, and we will change strategies. Maybe, not certainly, implement armor. Simple AI reactions already exist, but they are not that smart. We can make AI smarter. Enemy variety as well. I wanted to implement a new enemy already, aside from these three. I want to build an hexagon. But again, I don't know how to implement that properly because I have few ideas, but I'm not sure they. Yes, the ideas that I have are conflicting with each other for the hexagon. So I'm not so sure how to implement them or which one to implement. We will see, but definitely I'm going to add another enemy or another class in the future, near future actually. But first, I have to think of a class for that guy, for the hexagon. Right now, this guy is tank. This guy is high DPS, glass cannon basically. This guy is fighter, can fight and defend. Not fight as well as triangle, not defend as well as square, but it's the middle ground. So what would the hexagon will be? You have any suggestions? Feel free to let me know. And this weapons are situational, not strictly better. This will matter as well. In the future, in the near future, in a couple of episodes, maybe, I'm going to implement a third weapon. And maybe when I implement that, I will change all these ugly shapes that I've drawn in a couple of minutes to better sprites. If not better sprites, then I will at least let me show you thoughts like this. At least polish them a little bit. Right now, this spear's tip and shaft are one single continuous polygon shape. I will at least separate them so that it can have a brown or gray shaft, wooden or iron or metal, and it can have a different colored tip, or not or, and on top of that, sorry about that, I shouldn't have closed the sword. And on top of that, this sword will have, let me, uh, this gray blade, but different crossguard, different colored crossguard, and handle. Right now, again, this object is one single continuous polygon 2D shape. You can add three different polygons, one for the handle, one for the crossguard, and one for the blade, and have maybe something that looks a little bit more like a sword. And the third weapon will be added as well. For third weapon, I don't want to spoil it yet. I have a pretty good idea that's going to um, complete this option. Check that box as well. It will be situational mostly, not better, not worse, not um, not going to be more of the same. A little bit of the same actually. It's going to be a swinging weapon, but it will work differently from a sword. Maybe you can guess it already as to what it can be, but it will be situationally different. So, anyways, and that's it from me for today. I'm going to fix this stamina and HP bar things and maybe implement them off camera. I don't know, I might record them. We will see. Thank you for watching. Take care.